and welcome to my YouTube channel, Juliet McNeil Crafts. So on the 2nd of October, which is Saturday, it is going to be World Card Making Day. So I thought I'd do a couple of videos this week to prepare us for World Card Making Day. And today I'm going to look at making cards on a budget and to do that using a topper kit. So I'm going to do a sort of how many cards thing like Dawn from Shiny Silver Treasure does. I know she's done it with this kit, so if you're interested to see what she does, I can pop a link below. But this is the Hatties Clan topper kit. So we have these 4 toppers here. Then we have these 6 here. So I'm sure you've seen these before, so I'm going to go through them quickly. We have a fussy cut sheet with lots of flowers. And then we have this sheet here with lots of flowers and sentiments. So the breakup of this kit, because there's 5 sheets of these 4 designs, so there's 20 sheets that come in the kit in total. So if you were to buy this, you get 20 sheets. So in it, in the kit, there's 195 flowers, there's 105 sentiments, and there's 40 toppers. That's 340 elements in total. So that works out at 4p per element, which is pretty good. Also, on the 2nd of October, this is 2nd of October 2021, I am going to have a discount on all my topper kits to celebrate World Card Making Day. So details of that will be in the description box below. So I am going to be popping these at a 30% discount, which makes them about £10.99. So on that day only, grab a bargain. So what I have done is I have taken all the elements and I have already got them prepared. I've got my toppers cut out, I've got my flowers and my sentiments cut out. I'm just going to go and grab some blank card, and I am going to make some cards. Now this probably will be quite a lengthy process. All I'm going to do is use this black pen here, my Pro marker, so my 2 black pens, because I think most of us have black pens. I'm going to use my plain white blank cards and these elements, and I am going to see how many cards I can make using them. I am going to put you on fast forward. I think I will most likely do a voice over it because, as I said, it will be a lengthy process, so I think we need to speed it up. But today, for World Card Making Day, we are going to look at making cards on a budget. So I will see you at the other end.
Okay, so we have moved on to speed up and we're going to try this whole voiceover malarkey. So this could be fun. Getting to grips with a new side of technology, always exciting. So we are just looking at doing some quick and easy card making today. So this is great if you're a beginner and you've never made cards before. It's great if you're wanting to batch make cards and you have loads of cards to get made. And also the purpose of this video today is to see how far we can stretch this particular kit. We are looking at card making on a budget, trying to get the most of our money and seeing how cheap we can make these cards for. So that is the purpose of this video. So the cards are a bit more simple than maybe I would normally do. That's okay. There is room for all styles. What I may do at some point is take 3 of these cards and look at how we can expand them a little bit further. What I'm really trying to do on this video is not to overcomplicate it, not to overthink it. So as we can see, I have split the kit up. I have toppers in one section and I have sentiments and flowers in another section, and I'm just literally taking whatever topper comes in next. So as I said, we're not overthinking it. I think in this particular in this particular card, I've just gone for white space. What I would say is when doing cards like this, you will see how much I am using my black pen. When we have limited our supplies like this, and normally I would be wanting to pull a little stamp out or a little stencil out, but we're not doing that today. That having a black pen, it is your best friend. One of the main things about cards or about pictures is the ability to frame it. This is one of the top tips that I can honestly give you. The eye tends to wander all over the place. We have amazing peripheral vision. It's amazing what we can see. So what we want to be doing is getting the brain to look at the project that we have created. We want the recipient to see the hard work and the gorgeous card that we've created. The best way we can do that is by framing it. If you think of photos that you've got and how pretty they look and you're like, wow, that's an amazing photo, you stick it in a frame and it looks 10 times better. You send it to a professional framer and they maybe do 2 or 3 mats and layers, and it looks even better because the eye is completely drawn in. So you will see me do this in a lot of cards. Get creative with the elements, and here I'm managing to fill up quite a lot of white space by using various sentiments and putting them in different orientations and angles. The other thing that you see me doing in this card here is because I've laid it out and prepared it before sticking it down, I could see that some of the flowers were going to go underneath the main topper, so I've cut them in half. I'm making them go a little bit further, so that is a good tip as well. We can somehow make one flower look like 2, even 3 on occasion. So we can get from having one single flower as an embellishment to looking like there's a whole bouquet going on, and that can really help to fill the space. Sometimes minimizing your supplies like this does teach you to be a little bit creative. So again, this is me doing the reverse of what I was just saying. I'm sticking it down first, then cutting off the extra and popping those bits down. Even this tiny little slither, I'm determined to pick it up there and stick it down. So now we look like we've got 4 flowers in the corner of varying different sizes. We've created a full bouquet, but we've actually only used 2 flowers from our kit. So when we're card making on a budget, these little tips and tricks really do make a difference. So again, similar here, I am loving those candy swirl flowers. I have to say, I got that idea from our lovely Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. When I produced this flower as part of one of a digital range, she gave it a multicolour look like that, and I just had to copy it because it looks so good. So thanks to Jenny for that amazing crafting element. If it hadn't been for her idea, it may never have been created. So this is what's wonderful about the crafting community, being able to share tips and tricks and ideas. There I'm just tucking the main element under the flower, so again it just gives it a slightly more organic feel, and this is where we can get creative. Again, you're going to see that black pen come in and frame everything as well. I also am doing a little bit of doodling. This is where that double framing's coming in that I talked about. So we've already given it a frame. The fact we're doing a little bit of doodling gives it a double frame. The wonderful thing about doodling as well is it makes it unique. Nobody's going to be able to doodle in the exact same way that you did, so it makes it your own. Don't be afraid of it. Also, don't go for straight lines, because that's where we can maybe get a little bit hung up about it. If we deliberately go for a definite wiggle, and what I tend to do is put 2 wiggles over each other, because that really helps. So I think this is a group of friends. Again, watch me chopping into those flowers, eking them out as far as I can get them to go, and then just sort of arranging them so they look pretty. So we've got the main highlight, the main event, which is the gorgeous topper, and then we're just accenting those. So these are just serving suggestions. Anyone that would take this kit will sort of do their own different things. I think our Dawn from Shiny Silver Treasures, she's done a how many cards using this particular kit. So if you check out hers, you'll see that hers are completely different. Again, I'm going for a little bit of a doodle effect here. I think that's a full stitch one. The other thing to disguise disguise any wobbles that you don't like is pop a little zigzag over it, and that can really help as well. Here I'm getting creative with the sentiment. So the sentiment came in one big long line, and I am breaking it up into 3. I do tend to like my sentiments in 3s. There is a reason for that. That's the golden ratio is 3, and that's because your brain likes to choose between this or that. So sometimes if we put an even number of elements on our projects, they're fighting against each other because our brain is looking at either one of them or the other of them. Whereas if we put 3 down, it actually can't choose, so it sees the project as a whole. And that's why you'll quite often hear about the golden ratio. You'll hear people saying, I like doing it in 3s. A lot of us don't understand why we like doing it in 3s, we just do. And that's because our brain likes it. It's aesthetically pleasing. And we prefer the overall look of it because it is more cohesive. So again, I've done that with that sentiment. I have brought the 3 elements of it in. It comes down the page and helps to to make it look cohesive. Again, I've made that my own by turning those flowers into little dangles. You could also put them further up and draw leaves and things off them. I think I might do that in a later one. So again, get creative with what you've got, and honestly, in a project like this, black pen is your friend. That is what is going to make it its own. So got a gorgeous topper with a lovely Layla here, again playing with flowers to try and just soften it and expand it slightly, and popping a little sentiment down there. So this kit really does have absolutely everything you need. When I am making cards, I like a floral element and I like a sentiment. So I've made sure that you've got plenty of all of those. Also, I prefer to have quite a few. So although we are going to be making cards on a budget here, but the price is good. I'm going to tell you the price is good because obviously I am doing the voiceover after I've recorded it. So I've already worked down the breakdown. That'll come at the end. But even though that we've done it on a budget, it's not like I've just stuck one topper down and left it. We have got a lot going on. We've got plenty of elements to make those cards stand out. I've been very generous with the florals. I've been economical as well. I've made the most of my kit by cutting the flowers in half, but I'm also like putting plenty on there as well. And again, we can see the whole double framing going on because it does make a huge difference. If you're regular to my channel, you will see that I do that a lot. So again, we're going to do this trick of cutting the sentiment down. It's quite a long one, and again, I can just bring it down the card. It's filling more space in the card. It's making the card look a little bit more interesting, just by adding that design element to it. This is the gorgeous Celeste on her colourful clouds. That was actually inspired by a project that I did. I think I did one with the original Hattie, and I'd sort of done those clouds and paint drips coming from the clouds as an art project. And then, yeah, so when I had the opportunity to create something similar, it had to go in because I love it. Absolutely love it. But I do have an obsession with clouds, so yeah. Clouds do tend to sneak their way in there, but look how gorgeous they are. Pink and blue and yellow. They're a little bit fun, a little bit quirky, a little bit whimsical. So that's the thing. This is a really whimsical set. So you're going to be sending pretty imaginative cards. Again, this is for World Card Making Day. So if you had a kit like this, you could send quite a few of your friends cards for this. And there's something really, really special about a handmade card. That is what World Card Making Day is about. It's about celebrating that. Also, in this day and age, we have maybe become less likely to send cards. We think about it for special occasions, but maybe not quite so much in the everyday sense, whereas years ago we would do. So nowadays we can send a quick text and a quick email, and that's great. It's great for keeping in touch. I have to say I do keep in touch with my friends on a much more regular basis as a result of technology, which is good because we feel really, really close. But how do you feel when a handmade card pops through the door? Doesn't it feel good? And so thinking about that, that's what World Card Making Day is about. It's about making something personal and sending it to someone because it feels really special. You're giving a little bit of yourself and you're getting to be creative in the process, which is good for all of us. Creativity is good for the soul. We all thoroughly enjoy it. So again, you can see that trick of me eking out those flowers as best as possible. I will at the end of the video sort of slow this down and let you see the cards more individually so you can take a closer look at them. Feel free to borrow any of the ideas, that is what they are there for. But also have a try of making it your own as well. Don't be afraid of white space. That's what I had to appreciate in this one. I do tend to be one of these crafters that more is more is more, and I really admire people that can, make really clean and simple cards. So experiment with your different styles. So we're kind of getting to the bottom of the kit now. All I've got left is sentiments and flowers, but it's good to remember that we can make just as beautiful a card just using those elements. I'm the sort of crafter that I do love a focal image. I do tend to like my characters, so it's kind of, this was scary for me. This is out of my comfort zone, making cards that just had that floral element. But I actually made some cards that I'm really quite chuffed with and really quite excited about. So that's good. Here I'm getting creative with the sentiments. I'm putting loads of them out on almost like a bit of a crossword effect. It's not properly a crossword because they don't match, but that's that sort of idea of words going in different directions across the page. It's a great way of filling up the space in the card. It's a little bit different. It's creative. And sometimes I do think doing things like this, if you are an experienced crafter and you want to give this a go, sometimes limiting our supplies really helps to increase our creativity, and we learn new skills and new techniques because we've had to. We've not been able to sort of rely on what we would normally pull out at a certain stage just to sort of finish off. We're having to sort of do something different, and that can help to teach us new skills too. So hopefully this has been really beneficial for you, whether you are a brand new crafter and card maker. If you are and you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'm always happy to share hints and tips. This is really useful if you're batch card making. We've got craft fairs beginning to start up again and things like that, and obviously you can sell cards online on stores like Etsy, and I'm more than happy for you to do that with my products. They have a full angel policy on them. And also, you know, if you're more an experienced crafter and you're wanting to challenge yourself by limiting your supplies. So hopefully there's a bit of something here for everybody. Yeah, this one's quite interesting. It's just got those 3 floral elements in the middle and a lot of white space, and actually it looks pretty good. Embracing the white space on this. I think at this stage it's really beginning to get down to the wire now. We've just got a couple of florals. Again, that was very similar to the card before, but just a slightly different layout. So it shows how just sort of placing similar elements in a slightly different way can give you a very different look and still very creative. I think I actually managed to completely stash bust this kit bar one sentiment. So I have to say the last card that I made wasn't my most favourite, but you know, it pushed me out my comfort zone and I managed to do something with it. We're about to move on to that one again. The other thing you can do if that white space is a little bit scary for you is black splashes. You don't need anything to do black splashes with. You can do faux ones just by sort of drawing in little dots. I think in a couple of the videos that I have to come over the next few days I use that technique, so that is to come. But it's quite a fun way of sort of adding an extra little bit of detail to your cards. I've just cut into that sentiment there to create a bit of banner, so we're finding different ways to create interest. So here I've got my flower. I'm going to add a little bit of a stalk there. That looks well dodgy at the minute, but it's amazing how just adding a little bit of black stripe down the middle of it, how that really helps it to look so much better and a lot more sort of designery and yeah, funky. So don't be afraid to doodle. I'm just going to do a little bit of scribbling at the bottom here as well to emulate the grass, and of course the wiggly border because it wouldn't be the same. I was looking at it and I still felt it needed something, so being completely obsessed as I am with clouds, I'm just about to draw a couple of clouds in.
Okay, so I am finished. I do have one sentiment and half a flower left that will go into the bid box. That's all I had left. I've made 15 cards. So at full price, this kit costs $14.99. So taking 1/5 of it, if I times that by 5, that would be 75 cards out of that pack. So at full price, it would cost you 19p a card. On the offer price, if you happen to get it on World Card Day, which is the 2nd of October 2021, then it would work out 14p a card. So I'll just quickly show you. Obviously, these last few cards I was getting to the end, so I just had the flowers and embellishments. I had to think outside the box a little bit. So the only reason I ended up drawing on clouds this was because we had every cloud has a silver lining. So we've got ones that are just florals, but I think they still work, they still look fun. This one here, You Are a Star, I've sort of doodled little stars in. I only probably would have done those just the fact that all the sentiments said stars and then we had flower embellishments and that bothered me. If we were using extra materials, I would probably put diamantes where all of those are and stuff like that, but it was trying to show what we could do just using the kit. So those are all the floral ones, and then obviously the topper things that make it easier. So these are the ones that we have created. I'm trying not to spend too long because I know that when I do the when I do the editing and do a voiceover, I'll probably be explaining the cards there, but just a closer look at those cards. So what I'm thinking I will do now is I'm going to take one of these cards that's fairly simplistic, and we'll look at sort of jazzing it up a bit further, bringing some different card making techniques in to show that these sort of topper kits are perfect for beginners. If you've never made a card before, you can make lots of cards fairly cheaply. It's a quick and easy way of sort of getting into it. Also batch making cards. I've not been crafting that long to have done these, so it's perfect for that, but it's perfect for the advanced crafter too, which we will touch on another video. If you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing. I will probably be back tomorrow because we're going to have a series of card making videos, so I will see you then. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.